This man with the purple pervert trench coat, the red dish gloves, the goblin nose, and the French rapist mustache is Dick Dastardly. He looks like a 1970s Waluigi, but he has far less success.
Please, Mr. Dastardly, we don't like to see a grown man cry.
I'm going to do a psychological deep dive into the life of this Waluigi light.
Waluigi,
So I can understand the core of this man, to why he derived pleasure from abusing his furry Quasimodo friend with emphysema, Muttley.
I'm smarter than the average bear.
You're dumber than the average ninny.
To his compulsive need to win these wacky races which consumes his every waking thought. Let's get started. First, we'll start with Dastardly's need to inflict pain and humiliation on Muttley, and his hatred for any life with fur attached to it, anthropomorphic or otherwise. For example, there was that one time he forced Muttley to wear a 1960s cheerleader outfit with pom-poms, a red wig with curly hair, and 4 big yellow cards with the letters D-I-C-K.
D-I-C-K!
A truly disturbed action by any metric that indicates low self-esteem, a sense of misogyny, along with a sense of narcissism to compensate for his need to be loved. So he forced his furry friend, who unconditionally loves him, into this gross scenario whilst likening himself to former US President Richard Nixon.
I, Richard Milhouse Dastardly.
He compulsively abuses Muttley, abducts other furry Hanna-Barbera characters, and instigated a feud with Yogi Bear. But this compulsive and obsessive behavior stems from his inability to succeed at anything he attempts to do.
I wanted to win this race. I never get to win a race.
This is reflected in his wacky racing endeavors, where he incessantly lays pitfall traps and uses other comical Looney Tune-esque contraptions to try and fail at maiming and injuring the other racers, but to no avail. His sense of tenacity to persevere in the face of failure is exceptional. It is also extremely obsessive, and his desire for success leads to more murderous impulsivity with each failure. Dastardly's attitude can be likened to other sycophants. He will burn down the world until he obtain what he is denied, which in this case is one win in a go-kart race.
I wanted to win this race. I never get to win a race.
But unfortunately, Dastardly will never attain his goal, since he will need to kill his god, Hanna-Barbera, if he wishes to upend his fate. But Hanna-Barbera is already dead, therefore this sad man is doomed to failure. There are far too many examples of deeply disturbed behavior that Dick Dastardly exhibits, from working with Nazis with his Vulture Squadron, where he tried and failed to hunt down a messenger pigeon, being told by Ronald Reagan that he is a greedy human, which resulted in him sitting on the lawn of the White House and chewing his own shin.
You're a greedy, selfish person. Never mind, Muttley. I'll do it myself.
To crushing a taxi with a tree in South Park, Colorado, killing a Russian national in a taxi, and racing against 2 handicapped children.
and then pulling up in third is Handycar.
And at one point calling himself the Emperor of Ohio and bequeathing the title of Archduke of Cleveland to Muttley.
Yes, yes, Muttley. It's all yours. Archduke Muttley, ruler of Cleveland.
In conclusion, I have never seen a more dysfunctional and deranged human that can survive and suffer through seemingly fatal injuries over and over again. But one must admire, and pity in equal measure, the inability to never learn and the zeal to continuously be a goblin-nosed dickhead. He will internally fail and never succeed. His fate is sealed, his god is dead, and I'm pretty sure this sad old dick is also dead. Remember, don't be this guy, and I'll see you next time.
Who's in charge here? I demand my rights. Whoever heard of 5 to 10 for a pie in the face?